my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to one of my Sunday sewing catch-ups, which is usually just a roundup of all the things that I've been getting up to, and usually I share sewing plans. Before I get started with all of that, I'll let you know what I'm wearing, and I'm wearing quite an old make actually. This was something I made a couple of years ago. It is the named Rita shirt dress. I had the pattern for years and years and years, and it just took me forever to sew it up. I didn't enjoy sewing the pattern up. I found the instructions weren't very clear, and I found the process quite fiddly. Having said that, I do really enjoy wearing the shirt dress. So it's got sort of like the lapel collar, and then you've got the collar here. And then it's got buttons down the bodice, and then there's also a drawstring. It's got the short sleeves, but it's got quite a deep turn up. And then the pockets, you probably can't tell, but the pockets are here, and they've got this lovely little kind of detail where you press it and you get this lovely little detail, which again you can't really see, but I'll put a line drawing in from the pattern so you can see what the pockets look like. But yeah, this is it. It's quite floaty. This is just a viscose fabric. I think this might have been from a So Haley Jane box actually. There's the drawstring that I've put in. It's midi length. I have got quite a split up the front. I don't think I had enough of the buttons. My buttons stop here, but obviously you can make the buttons go further down. But as you can see, yeah, really nice and floaty, and actually really comfortable to wear. It's quite loose fitting, but because you've got that drawstring, you can sort of bring it in and get a little bit of shaping across the waist as well. And then I've just got the lemon earrings on because I thought it drew out sort of the yellow flowers in the fabric. And these were from, I can't remember the name of the designer. They were from Heather Philby. I shared these last weekend. I love her earrings. I've actually just finished sewing a couple of things, which I'm desperate to find some earrings that will match the dress. As soon as I popped it on, my husband said you need to find yourself some earrings that are, I don't want to spoil what I've sewn. If you've seen on Instagram, I've shared a sneaky peek of what I've been getting up to. But yeah, that's what I'm wearing. So on to what I've been sewing. I haven't been sewing a huge amount this week. I cut a couple of things out, including the BF Mia messenger bag. So I've got that all cut out, and I'm very excited about getting that sewn up. The Paulette blouse, I still haven't sewn any more buttons onto that blouse. I need to just get it over and done with. I think because I know it's not going to fit me, I have shoved it to one side. But yeah, I just need to put on a couple more buttons and finish the hem, and then Lola's got a nice shirt. So it's half term coming up. We've got one more week of work, and then it's half term. So hopefully in half term I can get that finished. But I saw a couple, well, I've been seeing quite a few people sharing the Sydney squid fabric, which I've been sharing on here for ages. I shared it last weekend, and I thought that the Fibre Mood India dress might be the perfect dress for it. But actually, on reflection, that pattern didn't fit brilliantly on the top, and I didn't want to cut into the fabric knowing I can't get any more of it. It kind of feels a little bit like a precious fabric. Also, having said that, I didn't want it to just end up sat in my stash for years not being sewn up. So I have taken the plunge, and I have sewn up. I've managed to sew up two things using that fabric. So I was inspired by Vicky Makes It over on Instagram. I'll link her Instagram page down below, because she's sewn up a gorgeous blouse in this fabric. And then Sew Better Than Selfies has sewn up a beautiful myosotis dress in this fabric too. And that was kind of the kick up the bum I needed, really, to just make a decision and turn it into something. And I have to say, I absolutely love what I've turned it into. When I first got the fabric, all I could imagine it being turned into was a Lyra shirt dress. And then I ummed and ahed, and I thought, no, it needs to be something different. Maybe it needs to be a shirt and trousers. Maybe it needs to just be a really lovely floaty dress. Maybe it needs to be the India dress. I went round and round in circles, but actually I came back to the Lyra shirt dress, which was my original plan. And then when I was thinking about it yesterday, because I only got it sewn up yesterday, got it cut out and sewn up in the same day because I was really excited, I thought maybe I'll do the Lyra shirt dress, or maybe I'll do the fleur dress. So then I put it to a vote to my family. Majority said the Lyra shirt dress. I knew deep down that's exactly what I wanted to turn it into, and that is exactly what I've done. I am so happy about this. I think it's turned out exactly how I wanted it to. So what I did was, I've sewn up the Lyra shirt dress as per instructions, but I've changed the sleeve. I really love the, I think I've said this a million times before, but I really love the sleeve pattern from the Fleur dress, which is the Fabric Godmother Fleur dress. I just love the shape of it. This fabric is really structured, so I really wanted a sleeve pattern that was going to allow that fabric to just really shine and stand out and puff, and I think that that sleeve pattern does it absolute justice to that beautiful fabric. I think the collar is gorgeous. It's nice and crisp because of the type of fabric. I was worried about the placement of the squids, but I just went for it because I just wanted to use all of the fabric. But actually, I think it works really nicely where the squids are. And then I've gone for the tiered skirt, which again, I think works really nicely for this fabric. It has got ties on it, and I've worn it, I'll put pictures in and videos, but I've worn it with the ties to the front. This is everything I wanted and more in a dress. I'm really glad that I went with my original idea of turning it into a Lyra shirt dress. I think the cotton is such a beautiful crisp cotton that it works really nicely for the shirt dress. I've sewn this up quite a few times. It comes together really nicely. There is an option to put pockets. Now, I didn't have enough of the fabric to do pockets for both the pocket bags, so I've gone with like a floral, which doesn't go at all. But I got loads of scraps of fabric out and I laid it against this fabric to see which one wouldn't show through the fabric, the cream part. And I went with the floral, even though it's got nothing to do with squids. And then the buttons I went for are just these black buttons, and they've got ever so slight kind of wooden effect going around the outside of the button. And I just think they work really nicely. They're not too fussy and they highlight the black, especially around the squid eyes. I would highly recommend this pattern. You can sew it up as a knee length dress, or you can sew it with the extra tier, which is what I've gone for. You can also sew it up with sleeves that stop about here, quite similar to the Rita shirt dress actually, or you can sew it with long sleeves that finish with elastic. That's a really nice way to finish them, especially if you're sewing up a dress for the winter. But I've gone for these puff sleeves with the cute little cuff, and yeah, like the collar, buttons down the front, and then they stop there, and then the pockets and the option for ties as well. I'm very excited about wearing this dress out and about. So yeah, when I put it on, my husband said I need to find some squid earrings. So if anyone has seen squid earrings anywhere, please let me know, because I would love to go and buy them so that I can wear them when I put on that beautiful dress. So that's make number one. And then, like I said, when I was laying it all out, I think I had about 3 meters of this fabric. It was quite wide. I sewed a UK 10 for the shirt dress. I really wanted to try and use the rest of the fabric that was left to try and sew up a top. And the top I've gone for is the Fleur dress actually, which is funny because that's the pattern that I was debating about whether I should use that fabric for. But I had enough to sew up the sleeveless peplum top version of the Fleur pattern, and I haven't sewn up the top version yet. Actually, Brogan from Crafty Pie, she's just sewn up one of the versions, and I think that's what made me really want to try the top. And I also haven't sewn any of the Fleur dresses sleeveless, but actually it was a really enjoyable process. So here is the squid top. It's a bit bonkers, but I really love it. So I had to be quite careful. Careful, is that the right word? Basically I just had to ignore any of the flat lay advice, and to make sure that I could use the rest of the fabric and it wasn't going to go to waste, I've ended up having to cut the back bodice as 2 pieces, but it's such a busy fabric that I don't think that matters. And then what I've had to do with the peplum is I've got the squids going across at the front, and then at the back they're going down. And again, because it's the same at the front and it's the same at the back, I don't think that matters. You've got the bias finished neckline, and then the armholes are finished with bias binding as well. That was really enjoyable. And then you've got this beautiful peplum all the way along there, you can see, gorgeous peplum, and then you've got the ties going down the front as well. Now when I put this on, this fabric, like I keep saying, is really crisp, so it really sticks out. So I need to just work on what I would put on my bottom half to go with this top. But I think it's really cute. I don't have any photos of me wearing this because I've literally just finished this. I've just bias bound the armholes before I started filming. Yeah, I think it's a really cute top, and I'm definitely going to give the Fleur top, the sleeveless version, another try in a different fabric. And actually I really want to sew up a sleeveless version of the Fleur dress for the summer in some really like lovely floaty like linen fabric, or I've got loads of really nice lightweight cotton fabrics. But yeah, I'm very excited about wearing that top. I just need to work out what to wear on the bottom. And then the final thing that I've been sewing up is my favourite wide leg trouser pattern, which is the McCall's M7131 pattern. I bought mine from the Fold line, but you can get it from anywhere. And I'll link the pattern down below. And I got this viscose linen fabric from Fabric Godmother. It's got lots of fruit all over it. So the McCall's pattern's got flat fronted waistband, elastic in the back, super, super wide legged. Like whenever I wear these, I always get compliments on my skirt. What I really love is the pleat detail at the front, and then it's also got lovely pockets. Super swishy. Really enjoy sewing that pattern up. I really enjoy wearing this pattern as well. It's really, really comfortable. And this fabric is really drapey, so it works really nicely for that pattern as well. I sew up a 10, I think it is. Do they come in? Yes, I sew up a 10 in this. And the flare top, I sewed up a 10 and it fits me really nicely. The bust darts are in the right place, and there's no sort of gaping at the armholes or anything like that either. These are quite high-waisted, so when I wear them, they sort of come up to about here. So yeah, they are quite high-waisted, but they're really comfortable, and the pockets are really deep as well. So that's everything that I've been sewing this week. Not a huge amount because I'm in the middle of writing reports. I've got one left to do and then they'll be finished. I always like to try and get them done by May half term so that I can spend some of May half term kind of proofreading and making any edits that I need to, and also adding targets and things. And then after half term, it's always quite busy because it's all the kind of transition stuff, getting ready for the new children that start in September. So yeah, not a huge amount of sewing. We're away next weekend. We always go to a festival over the May, like the first weekend of the May half term. It's the bank holiday weekend. So I'm really looking forward to that. So there won't be a video next weekend, but I'll be back the following weekend, and hopefully I'll have lots of things to share with you because it will be half term. So I am planning to get lots and lots of sewing done over half term. The next thing I wanted to share with you was two pieces of fabric. They're both from a Sew Hayley Jane box. I don't think I shared, was it last month? I don't think I shared. And then this month, sadly, Hayley has announced that this month's box was the last box ever. She's stopping selling boxes, and excitingly, she's got a job in a garden centre, which sounds really fun. And she's going to be working really hard on the Thready Set Go platform and growing that. It sounds really fun. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to join any of their socials because they are either at the weekend when I've got things going on with the kids, or they're in the evenings. And if I'm honest, I'm too exhausted in the evenings at the moment. But I am hoping maybe over half term, if there's something going on, I can join it. I need to get involved in the forum as well. But it sounds like a really fun platform to get involved in. So I'll link all the details down below. So yeah, I think this was last month's box. Where we got a card. I've still got sweets and things in there as well, and the Gossamer thread, but this was the fabric. It's like an Aztec type fabric, and I've just bought a pattern which I'll talk about, which I think this fabric will be perfect for that pattern. It's got some really lovely colours and that really lovely pattern. It's not a fabric I would have picked, but actually as trousers, or I was thinking maybe a skirt, but I think I'm definitely going to go for trousers. I think this will work really nicely for like a summery, spring, summer pair of trousers. So that's what I'm planning to turn that fabric into. And then the final box ever has got the most gorgeous fabric in. It's really bright, really colourful. I think this is a viscose as well. This is right up my street. I love it. And actually, I think First for Fabrics has just released this fabric as well. They've just said this is on their website. Really fun. I love how bright it is. I love all the abstract print, the flowers, very floaty. Feels like it might be a little bit see-through. Not too see-through actually, but it's really floaty, really lovely, really drapey. I don't know what to turn it into actually. Maybe the trousers, a dress. This would look really nicely as like a two-piece. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Like a top and a bottoms, like trousers and a top and a skirt, etc. So yeah, I need to have a little think about what to turn this into, but I feel really sad that it's the final box. Like I didn't want to open it when it arrived, because I've just loved getting the boxes every month. And then the fabric hasn't arrived yet, but Semi Sunshine have just released a new collection of their own fabrics, and they're on a cotton poplin fabric. They're absolutely beautiful. I'll put some images in now of the fabrics, and I've ordered a fabric which I'll put a picture in now, and I can't wait for that to arrive. And then Fabric Godmother just, I don't think they're newly released, but they shared them on their stories, and I've been looking for like a Breton stripe fabric for ages, because I don't have any tops that are me made that are Breton stripes. I bought a top from Marks and Spencer's which I really liked. It was like a boat neck top, so I wanted to make up a couple in different colorways. So there was like a mustard colour I've just got. I think I got a red and a green, so I'm looking forward to that fabric arriving as well. And I went shopping at the weekend because I was looking for a specific outfit for something that's happening next week, and I pulled out all of my things in my own wardrobe, but just wasn't finding the right thing. I've actually settled on something me made after going back through my wardrobe, because I had a look in the shops and there just wasn't anything jumping out at me, and all the things that I was kind of going for, I thought I've got fabric similar to that, or I could make something in that, so I ended up leaving with nothing. But I went into Anthropology and I saw this beautiful strawberry skirt, and it's a flat fronted skirt, elastic in the waist, and it's quite a gathered skirt, and it stops kind of midi length. And I was going to buy it, but then I thought, no, I'm not going to get it because I'm pretty sure I've probably got strawberry fabric in my stash. Got home and I didn't have any, but Hazel's sister shared some fabric on their website. It's on their website, but they shared some fabric on their Instagram stories, which is green stripes and it's got strawberries all over it. It's beautiful. So I've bought 3 meters of that, and I'm hoping to turn it into a flat fronted skirt. So hopefully next time I film a video, I'll have lots of fabrics to share with you as well. So I've already mentioned I had a pattern that I wanted to share with you, and it's a pattern I've seen lots and lots of people sewing up. In fact, I think Tamlin from Sewn on the China has sewn these trousers up, and I think her version are beautiful. It's not a new pattern, it's just a pattern that I've been toying with the idea of whether I need to buy it or not. I've seen loads of people sewing beautiful versions of this pattern. So it's a pattern by Sid Graham, and it's the Lane pants, which is a lovely wide-legged pair of trousers. Not as wide-legged as the M7131 McCall's pattern, but they are still quite wide-legged, and you get lots of different variations that you can sew up. So they've got an elasticated waistband, they're quite high-waisted, lovely pockets, wide-legged. You can do cargo pockets, and you can also do a drawstring if you want to as well. They come in sizes 0 to 34. In terms of fabric, they recommend a whole host of fabrics, but they'd work really well in a cotton or a linen. And I've got quite a few cotton and linen fabrics that I think would work really nicely for this pattern. So I've ordered it and sent it off to be copy shop printed. And then when it arrives, I can't wait to have a go at sewing up a couple of pairs of these trousers. So if anyone's sewn up the Lane pants, please let me know in the comments below if you've got any top tips, how you found the pattern. I think general feedback has been that it's a really great pattern, so I'm excited about giving that a try. I'm also really excited because we're approaching June, and that means that the Sew Fruity Challenge is coming back. So it's run every year by Blossom Sandwich, and the idea is that we sew up fruity themed outfits, and then we share our outfits at the end of June and make sure that we tag Blossom Sandwich and also use the hashtag. I need to check what the hashtag is, but I'll put an image in now of all the information for taking part. I've got loads of fruity fabrics, so I'm very excited about taking part this year. I always enjoy taking part every year, so I'm looking forward to that challenge being back. So I always like to finish my videos with some sewing plans. So my main sewing plan is getting the Mia messenger bag sewn up. I've got it all cut out. I've cut out the lining, I've cut out the main fabric for the bag, and I've also cut out the interfacing. So I'm really excited about getting that sewn up, and that was a that was a bag making kit that I got from First for Fabrics, which I'll put an image in now, and they've got loads of different kits still over on their website. So I'll link that down below for you as well, but that'll be the main thing. And then I've got a fibre mood dress that I started sewing up that's got like this gorgeous sheared bodice and ruffly kind of tiered skirt, which I can't wait to get sewn up as well. And I'm sure there'll be lots of other things that I want to get sewn up too, especially because I know that I've got a week coming up where I know I've done my reports, so I can enjoy a couple of days of sewing. So that was everything I wanted to share with you today. Thank you as always for watching. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd really love it if you could hit that subscribe button, because you're notified when I bring out my next video. So I won't be back next weekend, but I'll be back the following weekend. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.